A congressional expert stating that North Korea could strike the U.S. homeland via EMP with two North Korean satellites. Hey guys, we got another World War III update here. So we got Dr. Peter Vincent Pry talking on New York's AM 970 radio, stating that there are currently two satellites in orbit where the trajectories are right across America. And these are two previously launched satellites from North Korea, one in 2012 and one in 2016. And he states that this could very well be a means to deal an EMP attack against the United States of America. In this interview, Pry went on to say that North Korea could use this as leverage if the United States was about to strike North Korea over its nuclear ambitions. Now, he also stated that this isn't something new. That during the Cold War, the Russians had the same exact idea. They had a secret weapon, apparently, that they called the Fractional Orbital Bombardment System, where they would use satellites, disguised satellites, as nuclear warheads to take out the United States. Now, guys, I really think we need to take this with a grain of salt. I have heard this theory before. I don't think it's completely, out there. I don't think it's completely crazy. I think it's a very plausible situation. My personal take on this, if this technology exists in North Korea and Pyongyang's hands, then I think it adds a little bit more validity to the theory that China, Russia, and North Korea, sidebar, Iran, Syria, Pakistan, have formed like some secret alliance against the United States. And I think it adds a little bit more validity to that. Now, if North Korea actually has this technology, it's a big if. If they have this technology, we need to start looking at the events that are taking place, because on one hand, China is a major player in this, and I saw a New York Times article come out recently. It came out, I believe, 2 days ago, and they stated that. The reason that sanctions haven't worked with North Korea is because China's been this big loophole. Well, no shit, New York Times. Thanks. It's 2017. It's 2017. Why are you telling me stuff that we knew years ago? Why? God, the mainstream media, man, they're so far behind all the time. But, I mean, they're not wrong. They're not wrong. China is a major player in this. They really are. If China's on board, the chances of sanctions and economic straining on North Korea, they go up and up. Now, guys, we know that the globalists are pushing their agenda. The mainstream media is pushing their agenda. What we don't know is how China's going to react. The one thing that I've been saying that we're waiting on is this nuclear test at Pyongyang. Good old Kimmy boy. Good old 390-pound, steal your little girl's birthday cake so she can't eat it because he shove it down his gullet in like 2 seconds. Kimmy boy, dude. That's what we're waiting on, is this North Korean nuclear test, guys. And after that, we have to wait on how Trump responds. And if it's any indication, the Syrians using chemical weapons on their own people, not real. If it's any indication, whatever the United States does, whether it's tougher sanctions or physical action, we'll see it in a pretty fast-paced manner. But another thing we have to look into is how President Xi and China are going to react to this. Because, I mean, that's just as important as Trump, if not more important, honestly. The U.S. has always had a stance of doing economic sanctions for a while and then laying off and giving them humanitarian aid. We've given so much money to North Korea. Makes no sense, but we've done it. It's more important to see what China's going to do, because China's the real player in this. Unless the United States decides a unilateral military strike, which South Korea, by the way, sidebar, South Korea is having presidential elections I believe tomorrow, if not the next day. And the front runner right now says that South Korea needs to just deal with Kim Jong-un. They just need to, he's going to be the North Korean leader, and we just need to live with it. So if there's any military action, South Korea might not be on board. Another thing to note is the front runner in the South Korean elections right now. He doesn't want the THAAD system in South Korea. He thinks it brings more trouble than good. It's something that China can finally agree on with South Korea, because China doesn't want the THAAD system there. All while Japan's trying to get the Aegis system in Japan to protect themselves from North Korea. This whole region is a clusterfuck. Not as bad as the Middle East. But man, this whole region is a clusterfuck. Both Syria and North Korea are tinder boxes, guys. They're tinder boxes. And one little match, it could ignite the whole damn thing. All while the media likes to push these stories of Russian incursions. Push these stories of North Korea saber rattling, even though it's something North Korea does on a weekly basis from the past 20 years. That's what Kimmy Boy does. He looks up at his planner in the morning. He gets up after 4 guys help him get up because he can't lift his fat, lazy ass, and he goes, "Oh, I gotta threaten the United States today. All right, get the writer. I need something good. Precious sword of nuclear. Oh, I like this one. Let's use this one." So the globalist agenda it's keep on keeping on, guys. We need to keep our eyes peeled. We need to keep praying, guys, because the globalists think we're fucking stupid. We gotta stay one step ahead of them. That's how we gotta play this out.